Welcome to Sober Shenanigans. Real talk and real recovery, sharing stories, old and new, trying to stay on the right path and help others just like you. So feel our flow and get on with the show. Here's your hosts, Stoff and Primo.
Stoff, and the guy, is he the basalt guy? He's sober now?
I don't know, but he was the guy that made me think about relapsing. I'm like, because I had all kinds of great highs in my life.
But that's fucking crazy.
That's the best high. I mean, I'd have to be, I'm a kind of an admirer of that kind of high.
I mean, you're that high to chew somebody's cheek off. That's pretty insane.
Insane.
No, and to growl at the cops.
Yeah.
When the cops
Get away, this is my food.
Yeah, I love it.
So yummy.
That turns me on.
That's a real live werewolf, that dude.
Yeah, well, you know, he was chowing down too, and it was on TV, and people like that cops, and then, wow, it was insane.
I thought he would be in the chair. I can't believe anyone knows his status right now. Didn't he go to prison forever? Or
I don't know the status. I just thought that, I don't know why
thought
the
he got
hell that
sober?
came in. I was hoping he got sober. I'm sure it was a very sobering moment when he woke up in jail, you know? And he was like, wow, what just happened? Like, excuse me, sir, you just ate somebody's face.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine? You're now sober, you're in jail, and they're like, hey, you know, you ate someone's face. That's how high you were.
They're like, you weren't eating grouper cheeks. You were eating human cheeks.
You were on it, dude.
And the blood is still
Oh my God, that's insane.
That's insane.
Well, you know, that's high.
That's
high. I mean, that's a different kind of high.
It is. I mean, I've blacked out and been thrown out of places, but never anything. You know, I always wondered, you know, sometimes these cops got to fight these guys on some stuff, meth and acid and stuff that they can't control themselves.
Well, they're superpower.
Superpower. They can run forever. You can't take them down. Well, whatever Rodney King was on, he didn't go down.
No.
I mean, you know.
Take it easy on that subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey.
There goes my first edit.
I got to take Mike down a notch.
First edit.
Mike's.
Remember, that's his headphones. That's not his level. That's his headphones.
I know, but I had to take him down. So guess what?
What?
Whatever I was doing over here seems to be done. You, my friend, you look cash over there.
Why am I on camera? Why? If it's going to be someone, it should be all three of us or none of us.
Well, I got you.
All right.
But I want to just be able to maybe pull a couple of clips. I don't know. I'm learning how to use this. So it's just we're recording for recording purposes.
Correct.
Like we always do.
Yeah.
This is an addition. Now I
Let
was
me get a sip of that water.
I
Is
know
that
you
your
got
water?
new,
I want the
yeah.
water.
Caller.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go great right in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Put that thing on mute, Slick.
Every show, there's a ring of his
Put it
phone.
on Mr. Vibrate.
Whoa.
Every show.
You know.
I always keep my phone on vibrate, and I shove it right underneath my balls.
Yeah.
Wherever I sit. Like right now, it's on my balls. So if it rings, I get like the bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just keep telling people to call you. Hey man, shoot me a text.
Shoot me a text. Call me. It just keep calling me. I'm, you know.
Yeah, I know. And you're even itching for a text or two.
Itching for a text.
Itching for a text. Okay, are we doing this? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Welcome to Sober Shenanigans, real talk and real recovery. I'm your host, Stoff, and with me, as usual, is my main man, Primo. What's up, Primo?
What's going on, buddy? Let's grip it and rip it.
He's gripping it and ripping it. Today, we got the golf analogies coming back, and today, with us is our main man, Mike H. from Tampa. Mike, how are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Doing good.
Thanks for coming on the show. Now,
My pleasure.
you and Primo have been known each other a long time, so why don't we start off with you guys talking about how you met each other?
You know, it was actually, I think, Ivarone's.
Yeah.
Or you and I, well, we went to dinner at this gangster hangout.
Sure.
And Mike was there, and I was talking about Yelp. Apparently, I was I was a little bit liking on Yelp or something, and he freaked out on me because somebody left a negative Yelp review about his company, and he's like, "You son of a bitch!" I thought he was going to throw his T-bone at me or something. It was pretty intense.
It was intense.
Yeah.
This was dinner after the meeting in Tampa,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
I got a big problem with Yelp. I still have a big problem with Yelp.
Mike doesn't handle
reviews.
criticism very well. Let's just say.
Now we hit it off right away, man. Chris and I, we just hung out, and it was a freaking buddy thing. But yeah, the Yelp thing pissed me off. I can't believe he was talking about Yelp, and he was like, "Oh, they're so great." I'm like, "What? How dare you, man? You're murdering the family-owned businesses of America."
Yeah, it was. There was an instant debate between me and Mike.
Yeah.
And I think I was one of the few people that literally was willing to debate him, though. I was dumb enough to mix it up with this cat, okay, and actually have the conversation about Yelp, of all things, after leaving the spiritual sanctity of a meeting.
Yeah.
And, so...
Yeah, we got unspiritual, and then we were like, okay, well, let's get back to spiritual. I love you, brother. It's nice to meet you. And that was it, man. We were buddying up. And actually, he is he's the sponsor of my right-hand guy.
Yeah.
That actually was on this show.
Goat Yoga.
Oh, yeah.
A star.
Dennis.
One of our...
Star, Dennis, the star.
I saw him get
He's
his
he's
9-year
the
chip
star
the other day.
of my business as well. He's a
Yeah.
manager. That guy's story is unbelievable.
He's
Yeah.
great. You know, he's going to be like a spin-off of the Sober Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like, there's like actors that come in. Mm-hmm. He'll be like a spin-off and have his own series.
Yeah.
The Goat Yoga Chronicles, something. He's headed to the fucking atmosphere, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's a shooting star.
Superstar goat guy,
Yeah.
The
don't
goats
doubt it.
changed my life.
Such a fucking sexual brontosaurus that he is, too. He's so just oozing all that stuff that comes out of him. Is like, I don't even get it, man. But
I want to go and have a goat jump on my back and watch my life turn out like that. That guy's life is amazing. Like from zero to hero, all because of the goat. I mean, like, damn, dude, we got to go get some goats, and the goat's the way to go.
Yeah. He seems real grateful too, man. He's in a great mood.
Guy is.
You know,
he's got that little girls at home, man.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a jealous. I've actually been honored, and I'm glad that he's working for you, Mike, because I know it's made a big difference in his life.
He changed my life too.
Yeah.
He's changed many lives.
Yeah.
He's an incredible guy.
And we talk about this one moment that I had where I was at a meeting in Maui, right? Because I like to go. But this one guy was sharing, and he was an unassuming guy. Like, he goes, when I quit drinking, somebody told me that 10 people's lives were going to get better as a result of my not drinking. And I was like, that's pretty freaking awesome.
Wow.
But then I started to realize that number might be low. And some of the circles that I'm running in. Because I know that your number is a little bit higher than that, Mike, and my hat is off to you. I mean, you are changing lives, man, and it's helping you, but you're helping them, and it's this altruistic movement.
I'm just staying sober.
Well, you're making a difference, and you're allowing people an opportunity to come from one place and get to another, and you're pushing them to go there. You're the fucking coach. You're like a Dan Campbell of the plumbing industry. You know who Dan Campbell is, right?
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions coach.
Oh, okay.
He's a famous motivator.
Detroit.
Oh, dude, he's a fucking
throw one
famous.
out there. Detroit.
The kneecap. He's biting kneecaps, man. He's like, nobody lays down for that guy. They all run through a wall, and I know they're running through a wall for you. And
I love those guys, and I love. I'll tell you, part of staying sober is helping others and watching them grow.
yeah,
And it just, and then also when you're working with a lot of people in sobriety, it's almost like you have to stay sober, period, because it's like they're all looking at you like, man, if I got if I got fucked up, it would ruin everything, and everybody in a way. So it's almost like medicine plus medicine plus medicine. It's amazing. It's
You've hedged your bet, pal. You're in.
Yeah, I'm in for life, and for sure. But it's definitely one day at a time.
Sure.
At the end of the day, it is one day at a time. Yeah, I'm still psycho.
Yeah.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with sober shenanigans, Mike.
That's it.
And I know,
still crazy.
I've been to
brother.
Vegas with you, so I know. I know.
Yeah.
And with the wives, of course. But
Yeah.
There was the life is good, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's the theme of what we're trying to put on paper here.
Right.
Is just how good life gets.
Yeah.
As a result of being sober, man. And that's such a critical message because it can get a little laborious, it can get a little dry, it can get a little, like I needed to know that. And, I needed to know that I could still, I was young, man. I was 23 years old, 25 years old when I officially got sober, but I needed to know, man, I was going to be able to go out and conquer the world still.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't going to be
There was still fun to be had.
Yeah.
I was the guy that just wasn't sold on that I was truly that. I was like, what? An alcoholic? No, I'm not that. And I did my fair share. I mean, I slept in this beautiful pickup truck, taking bird baths in a 7-Eleven. I did that trip for a while. I drove through a house. That was incredible. I got through the house.
Nice.
And then the car, thank God I didn't kill anybody. And then I'm throwing the bricks out of the side of the door, and I literally drove this truck 2 miles and then walked 2 miles home, and I passed out on a recliner, and I feel this tap on my foot, and I open my eyes, and there he is. There's the sheriff, and he's like, all right, come on. And
Nice.
it was insane. Yeah, it was like 20 some odd years ago. So I went through all of that. So, I several white chips. I was the guy that was like, no, I can do this. I can be normal, I swear.
Yeah, Mike's a slow learner. I like that though. Slow, but very wise. I recognize wisdom when I see it.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It took a lot of pain to get where I am today. It took a lot of pain. I think that's what a lot of guys out here go through and have to understand. Is they got to get tired of it.
Yeah.
You just got to get tired of the pain, man. That's how I got sober. I was just sick and tired of looking at myself and the way my life was. It was a mess.
Yeah, when I see a new guy coming in, I kind of, sometimes, I want to be a little rough, or maybe I want to say, hey, dude, this is going to kill you. And you don't, sometimes I want to stand tall on the big book. And I'm recognizing lately, I'm remembering exactly how vulnerable I was when I came in, and I needed somebody to just put their hand out and say, hey man, keep coming back. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as I want to, sometimes like you probably needed to be bitch slapped as I did. You know what I mean? By somebody needed to bitch slap us, and then we need to relapse a few more times. And then, but there's also, I've been thinking about that humility and that leveling of pride, man. It's like, it's insurmountable, man. And I know what that feels like. So I've been kind of thinking about that a little bit lately. And sometimes you got to know what to choose.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of choosing, if I have to go to a default, it's going to be, hey man, it's going to be all right. Keep coming back.
When I came back, I'll never forget this. I came back, and there was this guy, Jerry, and he's standing there looking at me, and he's like, so how was it?
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. So how was it? It's the first time back, and I look basically like I've been ran over by a Mack truck. And he just looked at me and said, how was it? And I was like, well, shit, it sucked. And he's like, here, give me a hug. And he gave me a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, welcome back. Bada boom, bada bang. There you go. I know it's back. And I think that's one thing that I've learned, that when people mess up, we're going to mess up in life, period. Even when we get sober, we're going to mess up in several other things. We're addicted to more.
Yeah.
More problems. We find other, places to mess up, So a lot of times people just need to have that feeling of like, hey, I got somebody there. And that's the nice thing about, in sobriety and AA and getting a group of guys in your phone and people that you can trust and talk to, they're going to step out and help you.
Yeah.
And that's you need that.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to take away anybody's bottom either. You know what I mean? I don't want to prematurely prevent, like if they got to go through what they got to go through to hit that bottom, that's going to get them the amount of energy they need to get sober, then I'm out of the way, man. Go have at it, baby.
Yeah. You are so, yeah. Yeah.
Because you see those guys that kind of prematurely stop and they come in, and my wife, they're kind of like sleeping in the garage, but, they're kind of trying to get back in and then maybe onto the couch and hopefully into the bedroom. By the time they get into the bedroom, they get drunk again and they're back in the garage.
They haven't graduated to the cell. They need to get to the cell first, It's like everything's been there and on the couch and in trouble, sleeping in the car, but they haven't hit the jail yet. They just got to get there, and that's going to fix it all, and it does. A lot of guys need it.
Yeah, you would have thought that the sleeping in the truck and the Circle K bird baths would have done it.
Nah, man. You know what? They got
Mike still smells like 7-Eleven soap. That's
right. That's what I use. You know what I'm saying? It's a quick shower. Nothing to it. The 7-Eleven bird bath, man. It saved my life several times. Yeah.
So, how many years have you been sober, Mike?
9. I'll be
years.
10 in September the 15th. And so,
Fantastic.
There.
How long did it take you to get a sponsor when you came into the program?
Pretty much right away. Well, the first time this guy, Paulie Brown, he was a pistol. And he actually very close to Dennis and I and Chris and everybody. God bless him.
A character
and a legend of AA. And that was my sponsor. And he yelled something across the room, and he said, "Let's talk about the first step," because it was real quiet at the beginning of the meeting, and it was its topics is the first 3 steps, and nobody was saying anything. He points up there and he says, "We're going to talk about the first step." And I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, I don't want him to be my sponsor." and then I kept telling myself, that's probably the guy I should ask to be my sponsor, because that guy's a pistol, and I'm a real asshole. So I need somebody to put their foot down on me,
Yeah.
So I asked the guy to be my sponsor the first night.
Right then.
And he was incredible. And when I came, I went out for a second, I came back and he was my sponsor again. And then now I've got a different, sponsor. The sponsor I have now is the same sponsor, his sponsor. So, it's kind of just, we kept it in the family.
Mark?
Cool.
Mark, yeah.
Mark's a great guy.
Yeah, Mark.
Nice.
Great guy.
What is it that got you to the first meeting? Did you just find the spot yourself? Did someone say, "Hey, come here"? Were you in jail and they said, "This is court order"?
It was the roach-infested couch I woke up on in the middle of a ghetto. It was. My life was a shit show. I was going to lose my kids, and I felt like I hated myself, man. It was. No, there was no court. There was nothing. It was just, it was bad. So I ended up actually one night in the nut farm. And they sent me over to the nut farm. And
Did you see a thing on the wall that said Primo was here?
It was my wife. She's like, "You sign in here or I'm divorcing you and taking everything, your kids, and you're going to be ruined." And I said, "Okay, I'll go." So I went in there. And I started freaking out, saying, I got to get out of here. And then they, kind of drugged me up like they usually do to calm you down, And I woke up with this assless gown. And I'm standing there in this room looking around. The door's locked, and they finally unlocked the door. And I walk out. One person's talking to the wall, and the other one's walking around in slippers and circles. And I'm like, well, shit, this is pretty sobering. So pretty much that is when I said, this isn't for me.
Right.
And it was an eye opener, man. And I went right to work. I went straight to a meeting. Mark picked me up for the meeting.
Wow. That's awesome.
And And that was it. I mean, I was on. I was like, that's it. And that was the biggest miracle I think ever in my life. It was you know, you have that moment where you get that God thing.
Yeah.
That was the God thing. Because alcohol and drugs and all of that, it was gone. Like, just, I had zero wants for any of that. Like, it just was gone.
The obsession was
Just
gone.
obsession was just ripped out of me, like, immediately. Like that, it wasn't like I had to go through 90 days. The next day, it was gone. But you also got to know, I went for a lot of white chip parties, you know, and I had a lot of white chips, you know, but it hit me. It just hit me, and that was the miracle. The real miracle was that night, going there that day when I came out of there, and that was it. I want to be sober, man. I don't ever want to drink again. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll tell you right now, I still keep it real simple. It is one day at a time.
Yeah,
One day at a time.
Yeah, that's that I've had that moment myself where I had, you know, the spiritual experience. It talks about the educational variety, which is the series of the chips. You know what I mean? It's the wisdom. We're gaining all that wisdom we're getting.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the sudden, like almost like the burning bush.
Yeah.
You know, it talks about that moment. And it's a really short, small window of time where we can be reached before we start thinking we're good again.
Yeah.
And I was listening to somebody talk about, I think it was Sandy, talks about that small window of, you know, when we get a couple of burgers in us, we get a couple of sodas down our throat, and you know, a little sunshine, and next thing you know, we're okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can go, hey, that stuff that happened last night, I'm sorry, because we did it for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We woke up and we recovered and we repurposed ourselves.
Oh,
we apologized, and
Right.
yeah, we know, right?
Sorry.
I told myself every morning when I woke up with a hangover, I'm not drinking after work.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
I was shit faced by 6 o'clock and drinking until 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would go to work, and literally my skin felt like boiling hot sauce. Like, I mean, it was just, oh my God, just, you could smell whiskey. I'm sure it was bad, you know?
I think
Bad.
a lot of us have that more tendency. So hopefully when we come into the program and take a new step in life, we want more of that too. Right. It sounds like you jumped in when you finally did jump in, a couple white chips into it. You were like, fuck this, I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I joined AA. Like, that was it. I was like, whoa, I'm joining this thing. This is real. And I mean, it was crazy. I was like a meeting crazy guy. Meetings. I was also very fortunate. I got to, it plays a big part of my sobriety, because I did the steps again immediately, but I didn't do them quite like, I mean, it was more of a speed racing type of the steps to get through, like, because Polly was like, oh, we got to get right in it, and you need to help people out ASAP. And I was very fortunate. I ran into this guy, Chris, and he asked me to be a sponsor. And, I did the steps with him. And with him and
Philly Chris.
And I
Philly
did
Chris.
it really with him too. I don't like he got sober and he talks about how great, that you got this and that to me. Sometimes, thank you so much. And he'll send me this. And I'm like, nah, man, you saved my life, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Chris saved my life. Chris Nasuti, he saved my, Chris.
Chris Philly.
And Philly Chris.
Philly Chris. All right.
He was a
Chris.
guest, by the way.
Oh man, well, he was a good one for sure.
was.
I love that guy, and what a story. I mean, when I met that guy, it looked like he got ran over by a Mack truck. I couldn't even believe he was alive. I was looking at him like, oh my God, you're like yellow and dying,
Dude, now he looks like a Mack truck.
Oh, he is. He's all working out, and he's got
crazy.
And another great story: kid, wife, dreams. Man, just blowing up.
We cherry picking them boys over here at Sober Shenanigans.
Yeah. No, they're great, man. We're very blessed, all of us. I mean, we have these people in our lives, and these are incredible people.
Yeah,
and they've done amazing things. I mean, just like I was saying, it's just so it's such a blessing to be, have those guys part of your life.
Yeah, man. I envy you, Mike. And Only a couple ways.
I was like, well, go on.
Not completely.
This is a radio bullshit show,
No.
show, right?
The one thing that I envy about you is the amount of guys that, in your company. I watched your growth. I watched you go from A to B to Z, and the hard work. Okay, I'm, for whatever work. I love hard work and results, and you, have the multiplier working in your life for results, because you get time and a half because of the work you did in the program, and then what you give back, and I've seen the multiplier and how it's working, and it's like there's a lot of guys this guy employs, man.
I saw all the plumbing hats at the meeting on Friday.
Yeah. Well,
I did.
He goes, you know a plumber? I'm like, well,
well, here. It's a beautiful thing. I've actually had a guy go out on his own and start his own plumbing deal, and he's doing a fantastic job. I don't know if we're allowed to say names, but but he's doing.
We don't say the last name, but we know.
Yeah, Mark. Anyway, he worked for me. He was a great guy. He went out and started his own thing. He's doing a fantastic job. It's such a blessing, and it's also it's an honor to see them do that,
For sure.
And another cool thing is also these guys, they do really well for themselves. By God, it's a lot easier just to, the good thing is they have a job with us. They can learn a great trade. A lot of them learn it, and then they end up doing these fantastic, they make great living. They got a nice house. They have 401ks. They got everything. And they're in business for their own self, basically. They got their own vans. They get the calls, and they go run the calls and make the money and go home, but it's the really cool thing about it is watching people grow, man, I know what it feels like. Nobody wanted to give me a chance. Nobody wanted to give me a chance. And when I see these guys, I see something behind it. I know. Here's the thing: we're addicted to all this, and I was saying more. Yeah. Well, once you get a guy to accept that he's a fucking alcoholic and he's got problems, and he quits and says, "Okay, I'm giving up. I'm going to join AA, and I'm going to be." Clean. He's then lost. What am I going to do? And then we show him, hey, look, you know what? Here's an opportunity. And he comes and he does this, and he gets really good at it. It's so neat to watch because his life just gets better and better and better and better. And the guy probably wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, because a lot of people, he's burned so many bridges. But I see the beauty in these guys because they're amazing. I mean, oh my God, every single guy that works for me that's got sobriety, it's just amazing. It's amazing. It's just such a treat to watch him grow,
Yeah.
Anyway, awesome. I could go on and on about that for sure. And I could name names and names and names because they're so impressive of our staff and some of the guys. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So that's the secret sauce, man, is once you realize that you have to stop thinking about yourself and thinking about other people. If you can think, it's so hard, but if you can manage that thought process, everything you want comes your way. Everything. I know it's like when you see that guy, man, I'm going to just believe in this guy. Yeah, he's okay. So I gotta give him another shot.
Yeah.
And another shot. And you're like, okay, and now I'm the idiot. And then the next thing you know, you're like, and it's paying off and it's working. And it's like, they're grateful,
Yeah, everybody wins.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Altruism.
It just, everybody wins when, especially when you get a bunch of drunks that are together. My sponsor always says, safe drunks, drunks together are safe. If you keep them together, they're safe. If you separate them, it can become a disaster, and it's true. So the most beautiful thing in the world is that you get to go to work and you see guys that are in the program and that are staying sober. I mean, that helps my sobriety tremendously.
Yeah, I bet.
And they're outstanding. It's outstanding. It's just amazing. It's a miracle. It's part of the miracle you get of sobriety, like Chris was saying. I mean, it's such a neat thing to have around you all the time.
Yeah, and I bet it helps them to see that there's someone that has confidence in them again, because they have burned so many bridges that all their friends are done giving them chances.
Yeah.
Their family's done giving them chances. And here you are, this guy that they met in the program who's fired up,
Yeah.
gung-ho.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you straighten your shit out, you can come work for me. I'll teach you a trade. You just show up every day
Right.
and come to some meetings and blah, blah, and do whatever it is that you're doing. It's a fantastic.
The best part about that is this: you ain't gonna bullshit me. You understand me? I know if you're fucking hot or if you're not.
Yeah.
You're not bullshitting me, Slick. You're not telling me this and this and that. I will look you right in your face and tell you you're full of shit.
Yeah.
So it is. That's what I think too, that they love about it so much, is that you can't, because it keeps them, in check as well.
I don't think anybody likes that you're telling them they're full of shit. I don't think they like it. They respect it.
Yeah, nobody likes it at first, but I just like, you're full of shit at first. Nobody, I don't even like it,
You don't want to have to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do it, but sometimes, you got to tell some of the guys too, they're full of shit, because, they're full of shit in themselves.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing when I first came into the program, and I realized that I was around guys that were high and drunk, and how easy it was to pick them out.
Yeah.
And for how many years I thought I was getting away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think nobody knows. I got the Visine
That's
and
the
I got this
lie.
going and all
That's
this
my
other
lie.
stuff. Now I can tell from 50 paces if the guy's got a buzz on or something. And it just reiterates how stupid I was thinking I was getting over on it, But I can see that when you show confidence in people again after they've lost it all, and you meet them in these programs, man, they would run through a brick wall for you, because you're giving them an opportunity that everyone has stopped giving them. So I think it's really awesome what you're doing.
Yeah, and I agree, but at the end of the day, they got to know that I'm willing to run through the block wall. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's it. It's hard to get somebody to trust you and work with you if they don't feel like you're willing to do whatever it takes for them as well.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just the truth,
Especially in your field, you got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and show them.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta, with the guys, they gotta feel like, hey, you're willing to do the battle, whatever it takes. You're there for them. And that's in anybody, and sobriety as well. When you're working with a new guy, it's hard for them to. It's funny when you go through a fourth step with or a fifth step with a guy. They're blah blah blah. It wasn't that bad. Oh, right. Shit. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna give you one more week to fix this shit, because this is a little too fluffy.
Right.
And then they come back.
More there.
All right, I did kill a dog. I was driving drunk and I ran over a dog and it hurt my feelings, and some other shit that they come out of the woodwork.
The barnyard animals.
Yeah. The lamb.
Whatever it is, man. Whatever it is that keeps you awake at night, you better
goat.
You better get rid of that.
It was the goat.
Repent.
Oh shit! The magical goat.
It's just a metaphor, Mike. Okay.
He says he did yoga with it. But
Yeah.
The sweet little goat.
Meh.
Yeah.
Well, it takes what it takes.
Yeah. Rowdy. That's too funny.
But it's true. I mean, that to me was ingrained into me by the guys. Excuse me. That honesty, how important it is.
Very important. You have to be honest with yourself. That's a tough thing to do sometimes. We like to paint this big, beautiful picture of bullshit and then believe in it.
Right.
I mean, I'm very guilty of that. I'll write the whole story, and I'll drive down the road and have a 30-minute fight with someone that doesn't even know that I'm gonna kick his ass,
right?
And I'm kicking their ass. Like it's full on. I'm winning the world. I'm taking over. I'm Captain Super Mike, and then I pull up and I realize, well, I just wasted 30 minutes of my life, and the poor guy doesn't even know that I'm having this major resentment. That's absolutely stupid.
Yeah, it's amazing how good of a fighter I am until I get out of the car.
Yeah, and then you're like,
I'm
"Hi."
amazing.
You're like, hi, it's great to see you.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I know the story.
You're in my parking. Can you please move? Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Pardon me. Excuse me, sir. I was going to kick your ass in my mind, but
Yeah. Now that I thought better of it.
now since I saw you up close, I think I'm going to step back a little bit.
It is easy how we could lie to ourselves back in the day, you know, and then you become more self-aware as you get sober because you're, you know, when I first got sober, I was telling all my buddies, I was probably 40 days, 45 days in, and I'd committed like you. I was 54. I'd done enough. I was losing everything.
Yeah.
I just said, I'm in. You know, I'm in. And about 40 days in, I talked to one of my buddies, and I was like, man, my brain is on fire. Like, I think I could start, you know, anything I want right now today. I've got more energy than I know what to do with. It's like it's like a fog has lifted, and I'm actually self-aware of what an asshole I am and was, and how I just avoided taking on difficult things by getting wasted, thinking that was going to help it go away when it was there the next day. So as you said, I just got wasted again the next day, and it just puts shit off. And the joy and the life hack that sober is, how great life is when you're sober is.
You're telling me that
stuff,
story,
man.
that right there just reminded me of like how great that felt. Like it was amazing. When I remember that day of like, it was probably about a year or two, and you're like, wow, I can't believe how good I feel. Like just, it took me a good couple years, but man, I just was like blown away. My mind, how clear it was, how quick I was on my toes, and I was the same thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take over the world, you know. And you know, it didn't happen, but it's a slow process.
At least we felt like we could. You
Yeah,
know? we still
did.
feel like we
we
can.
still did. Yeah, of course.
You know, but the cool thing is, like, look, so you're smelling good every day. Everything you know,
it is. It's called cologne, and you know, you get to cover up all the bullshit.
But your life, I mean, you're gathering the stones, you're gathering the materials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're building something.
Yeah.
And you're getting equity in your life so that you have you don't have this impending doom. You're like, holy crap, like I'm capable, I can do it. And things are getting better, and I can see, not that I'm not living in today, but I can see down the road now that things are going to be good. And I don't see the burning buildings in the rearview mirror anymore. So it's like this whole thing that happens, and it's like, wow, man, I'm gonna be and do whatever I want to be. You know, at some point you have that energy, like I'm no longer a slave or a prisoner to any of this crap.
Plans.
I could do it all, man.
Yeah, plans.
And I'm like, dude, I'm going to be sailing
like plans.
I'm going to be learning how to sail over in fucking Italy.
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's
who would have
awesome.
thought that?
Yeah, you have plans. That's what's so awesome about, I think, sobriety more than anything. It's like I have plans to go snow skiing with my sons, and like, you know, or I have plans to go fishing with my sons. I have plans to go, you know, with my girlfriend. I'm going somewhere with my girlfriends. You know, it's just, I have plans. It's like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
I never had plans. I was just getting shit faced, you know what I'm saying? And now I have plans, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
I always try to, in our meetings, I usually mention that back in the day, I would never plan anything because I knew I wasn't going to get there anyhow.
What's the point?
Right. What's the point of planning something 3 days from now when I don't know what shape? I mean, I know what shape I'm going to be in, and I'm not going to make it. So I'm not even going to plan it. You're so right. Now we can make a plan because we know we're going to show up. We know we'll be sober that day. You know we'll be up early.
That is so cool.
It's such a blessing, man, for real.
Yeah, for real.
The clean underwear was one of my big concerns back then.
Yeah.
Making sure I had enough of that. You don't want to make sure you wear clean underwear just in case you go to the hospital or.
Yeah, exactly.
So
clean underwear, man.
the things we pick up as the little snippets that people drop on us through our lives, you know, that help us. Mm. Mine was clean underwear, you know.
Wow. You know, simple.
Or
I know.
steaks at Ivarone's, right?
Steak eye
Steaks,
runs
eye
and
rum.
clean underwear. Wow. Okay.
Well, it's simple. He's easy to please, I guess.
I am easy to please. With that, I'm. There's a void in the room all of a sudden. Greg.
No,
Greg,
no.
you gotta. This is your job. You're supposed to keep us straight here, Greg.
Well, one thing I can do is I can talk about our Sober Shenanigans celebrity quote of the show, which we like to do every
Let's do
show.
that.
And this celebrity was picked by our own Primo, not by Mike H. Mike didn't pick this guy, just to be up front. This is Keith Urban. Who we all know is a singer, an actor, and what have you. But he's been sober since 2022. And what he said is, I've really got nothing against drugs or alcohol, and everybody does what they want to do to have a great time. I just realized I'm allergic to it. Someone said, man, you have an allergy when I was in the rooms. What happens when you drink? And I said, man, I break out in cuffs. He said, I had to find a different way to be in the world. And I'm glad it didn't change anything about my music, because I wrote plenty of hit songs while drunk, but I wrote plenty more sober, and I feel lucky it hasn't defined me or my creativity.
Sweet.
Boom. Keith Urban, thankful for being sober.
Yeah.
I'm in. I may be envy of him a little bit. Keith Urban.
Okay.
He's got a hot wife.
Because his wife,
that's
I was like, where are you going with this? Yeah, the wife.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
The Irish.
Yeah.
There's a shenanigan.
I knew that's where he's going.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, I definitely broke out in handcuffs several times
Yeah.
in my youth. Because of alcohol and drugs, for sure. And, it always started off with alcohol and ended up in drugs. And, that's what, for the longest time, I thought that I was just a drug addict. And I just need to stop doing drugs because I'm not an alcoholic. And then when I realized that every time I got drunk, I ended up on drugs, I was like, I think I'm an alcoholic. Because when I was sober, I didn't really like the fact of anything to do with drugs. Yeah. So it was really weird thing going on. So I realized that. But I'll tell you, the handcuff thing is very true. I'm definitely, allergic to alcohol, and I will break out in handcuffs on those things.
Yes.
It's pretty tough stuff.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate quote.
Yeah, accurate, very.
Primo, what's your favorite quote about the best way to get 30 days sober?
Oh, yeah, just go punch a cop.
Yeah.
Just punch a cop, they'll lock you up for at least 30 days.
At least
You'll be
30
good.
days. That's a good one. That is good. Wow.
Instant. Well, if you're struggling with the first 30 days. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't afford rehab or you don't have any good insurance, just go out there and punch a cop right in the face. Perfect.
And wasn't that from one of your sponsors?
That was a quote from Sandy Beach on one of his tapes. And for some reason, I'll be honest with you, when we started doing a show, I started listening to some other speakers and other stuff. I just wanted to get,
Yeah.
And he's a funny guy. And that was one of his things that he would share. If you're having a hard time getting 30 days, just go punch a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, that'll definitely get you 30 days at least.
So, Mike, you are also you're a multi-talented guy, though. You have a.
I don't know about that.
Well, you're doing. Yeah, but what's cool is you're also expressing yourself in music and probably, doing some artistic things that you may not be doing. Obviously, you wouldn't be doing if you were drinking and drugging. So you're exploring other things in your life. And I know you're a hell of a father as well. You got two great boys.
Yeah, I love
and
them.
I know that they're your apple of your eye, and they're fine young men
Working for the business, learning the business. Yeah, it's
I know,
pretty cool.
But I've seen them, and watched them grow, and I can see that they're fine young men.
Yeah.
And that's a testimony to your grit.
Yeah.
And probably some of the stuff that you got from your growing up. And, the good stuff.
Yeah.
There was bad stuff, but there was a lot of good stuff if we listened to
I
it.
was raised really well, and I lost my father and my grandfather, and also my stepfather when I was at 27, all in 1 year, and
Wow.
I was a drinker, and But I think I was a later on alcoholic.
Yeah.
So, it hit me really hard when I was 26, 27 years old. It hit me hard. And that's when I kind of went over that imaginary line.
Yeah.
Started dabbling with drugs and stuff. And then it was bad, But, and that story is a long one. But, that's when I went overboard and became an alcoholic, but a bad alcoholic. But during that, I was a musician, and I had a lot of great times. I played music all down the coast, and I had a lot of great bands I was playing in and cover bands. I got to travel a lot. I lived in California and Houston and Atlanta and Nashville, and I was a drummer, but I picked up the guitar and started playing. And then now I started teaching myself how to play the piano probably about a year and a half ago. And I wrote like 5 songs, got them out on Apple and Spotify. And I named the project Must Turn Right. And I just started writing music.
Must turn right.
And it feels good. So I understand. And it's not for everybody, and I don't push it, and I'm not looking to get signed or big and famous. It's mainly just for me. I got, connected back with a guy, Lucio Rubino, which is an old guy that I was in my first band with. It was a band called Nomad Republic, and we got back, we met up and we started recording again, and he's got a better life. He's been on the road. His life was a shenanigans, and for sure. But now he owns a studio in St. Augustine, and we just started recording together. I started writing these songs and singing them and going to the studio, and we started recording, and it's a lot of fun, and I like the songs. A lot of people like the songs, and some people don't, but whatever. It's my song, and I enjoy it.
That's all
and,
that matters.
And I write a lot about a lot of depressing shit that goes into my mind, all the time. But it's just been a release, and that's, I think, is very important to sobriety as well. And I think that's something that we all find in time. Is something that we love to do. It could be painting, it could be selling, it could be fishing, whatever. We find that niche.
Yeah.
And mine's been music. So, it's been great, man.
That's awesome.
good
Getting
time.
back with your old
Yeah.
buddy, and he's got a studio now, and you guys can jam.
Well,
and
we're
make
older and we
music
have
again.
money. So we can afford to have nice things now. I was like, oh, you didn't pawn your guitar? Nah, man, I still got it. Hey, you got a buddy with a guitar? I'd love to record, but yeah. those
Teaching
days
yourself
are-
how to play piano too, man. That's not easy.
No, I've never took a lesson of any instrument. Period. I've always just picked them up and kind of taught myself. So, the guitar was the same way. The piano's the same way. Just, I get bored and I'm like, hey, I want to learn this. So I had a little baby grand piano that I bought my youngest because he was learning the piano. He's a great piano player, by the way. And and I was like, man, I want to learn how to play this thing. So I just sat down and started like ding, 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 hitting all the different keys. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good with this. And then, started teaching myself. I play by ear, man. I can't.
That's great. Is that
Yeah.
guitar too by ear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's by ear, man.
Yeah.
I just say, it sounds good. Okay, that's good enough.
You're not following any rules, man.
Yeah, I
There's
can't.
I know, man. There's
Yeah.
no fucking rule book you're gonna follow. You're gonna do your own thing.
I'm just not good at it, man. I've tried. Actually, I'm full of shit. I've never tried to follow. I'm the guy that always puts something together and there's like 3 bolts still sitting on the
Yep.
floor, and I'm like, it looks pretty sturdy to me. I don't know what they gave. I don't know why they gave us 3 extra bolts. I looked at the pictures. It's sitting there. It's together. Yeah, it's good. It's done. It's fixed.
Yeah.
All right,
And
let's move on.
Don't ask me. And I don't care if you don't like it either. Yeah, that's
It
the way
looks great. That's how it's supposed to be done.
I know the sentiments exactly. And I know the challenge it may come up against, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's staying good.
We're not taking it apart and trying to figure anything out. It's just fine.
I might even throw those bolts away just
Yeah.
so you don't try to fix it.
Yeah, well, I would throw. I'm very guilty of this.
Yeah.
I will throw them away so nobody asks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, look at those 3 extra bolts.
Yeah.
I know I missed something, but it works. There you go.
That's great.
Yeah,
It's supposed to limp around.
yeah.
Nice. Well, Mike, do you have any, let's say, like a message for somebody who might be struggling today, or is there some Mike words of wisdom you want to drop? Just if there's someone out there that's listening, because we actually do now have gotten our first callers into the show. We had a guy call from Philadelphia,
Yeah.
so people are
Yeah.
listening. Is there anything you'd want to shout out before we wrap it up?
You know, if I had to say anything, you know, what I always say, God can move mountains, but don't forget your shovel. It's in my office. It's in my phone. I always look at it. God can move mountains, but don't forget your shovel. And then if I could say anything, if you feel like you don't love yourself or like yourself, and when you look in that mirror and you're sick and tired of the way you feel, then pull your fucking head out of your ass. Go to an AA meeting, find a sponsor, and get your life back.
Nice.
That's it.
That's what I'm talking about, Primo.
You're gonna kick something in my direction. I know it's coming.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel it.
Yeah, that's awesome words to live by right there. Well, listen, if you're having a tough time quitting, whatever it is that you know you need to quit, you're not alone. There's apps and numbers and groups in your town, or you can call us if you want. Leave us a message, 727-294-4933. Hit us up on Facebook. Take that first step into a room or a chat or a group with people trying to get better just like you. It'll be the best day of your life. Primo, what's your final point on today's show?
You know, today I've been thinking a lot about reaching out to old friends. You know what I mean? And keeping that Rolodex strong.
Yeah.
Keeping my network strong. And realize that, you know, as I answer my phone, I call other people, and I want to make sure that I'm doing my part to be a friend. If I want friends, I got to be a friend. So that's something I've been thinking about lately. Like, I got to put a little bit of energy into it. Drop the ego. Drop whatever it is that prevents me from making that call first or second or third. Because I know the guys still love me. I know we're still good. It's just distance and time. And you know what? It's okay. Just pick up the phone.
Nice.
Keep it strong.
Pick up the phone and keep it strong. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great having you.
It was great. I had a good time.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Well, thanks for listening to Sober Shenanigans, real talk and real recovery. Hey, listen, worry, anxiety, and fear, it's all up in here. So just give yourself a break. You're enough and you're doing great. I'm Stoff and he's Primo. And remember, no drinks today. That'll do it.
All right.
Wow. In the
We're all in the same boat, fellas.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Shenanigans!